There comes a time when the amazing, the mighty, and the uncanny must come together as one.
Every Marvel fanboy and fangirl has always wanted that one game that they can look at and say, yes, this does my superheroes justice. Traveler's Tales have always given us LEGO games that have kind of bordered the line between mediocre and good, but nothing ever spectacular or great. Well, I'm here to tell you Marvel fans that you guys can breathe easily because LEGO Marvel Superheroes is not just a good game, it is an absolutely great game, and I'm going to tell you guys why. If you guys want a more in-depth and detailed look into this game, make sure you guys check out geekedoutnation.com for my written review. Now right off the bat you may be asking yourself, sure, they've made about 20 LEGO games, but what makes this LEGO game different? What makes this game different is that it finally feels like they got the formula right. They have the right pieces in the right places with the right amount of wit and charm to please both adults and young children. If the fact that you can play as any number of Marvel superheroes and supervillains doesn't really do it for you, how about the fact that you can approach every mission differently depending on which superhero or supervillain you take into it? Yes, pretty much you can call this a Grand Theft Auto for children, but who wouldn't want to play a Grand Theft Auto for children when you have full control over the Incredible Hulk, Captain America, Iron Man, and pretty much any of the Avengers? If that still doesn't do it for you, how about the fact that at its core, LEGO Marvel Superheroes tells an incredible story that will rival any Marvel movie. Sure, the story's simple, but it's not boring. By any stretch of the imagination, the story is not boring. Right off the bat, we get the Silver Surfer being absolutely destroyed by Doctor Doom. When he is destroyed, a bunch of cosmic bricks are scattered all over the world, and Doctor Doom wants them because he wants to build his Doctor Doom, Doom's Ray of Doom. So what Doctor Doom ends up doing is he calls every single supervillain in the Marvel Universe, and he employs them to help him gather all of these bricks in order to fix his weapon and take out the world, as he always somehow wants to do. So that leaves Nick Fury with no choice but to assemble the ultimate team of superheroes. Pretty much he calls everybody from the Fantastic Four, X-Men, the Avengers, and just about any other superhero you can think of. Now, one of the best features that this game has is that the way that the story intertwines all of its characters. The fact that you can be Captain America at one moment and out of nowhere Wolverine will show up to help you in the fight. There are so many moments in this game where something would have happened, and when it happened, I got the biggest smile on my face because of the fact that I didn't see it coming. The whole experience made me feel like I was watching a Saturday morning cartoon as a young kid again. Now when it comes to gameplay and the core mechanics of the game, Traveler's Tales has always stuck to what actually worked for them in the past. Their formula is really geared towards children, and they don't really want to mess with what has given them success in the past. So the controls aren't really ever overcomplicated and pretty simple to everybody that attempts to play it. Now, as you guys can see, I've been praising this game pretty heavily so far, but that doesn't mean that the game does not have its set of flaws. Now, I know that the puzzles are geared towards children, but it would have been nice to have a difficulty level that you can have adjusted just to help you have more difficult puzzles throughout the game. Now don't get me wrong, some of these puzzles will frustrate you because you tend to overthink them a bit too much, but on more than one occasion, the puzzles are mediocre at best. Now, some other bugs that the game had were some of the changing between characters became a tad bit too difficult. Like if you're on one side of the map and you want to change to the characters on the other side of the map, it just becomes a hassle and you have to pretty much walk all the way back, change to that character, and then take the new character all the way back to where you originally were. It just became a bit of a hassle that I wish they would have gotten it tweaked out a little bit, or maybe even use the Grand Theft Auto formula of holding maybe LT or something and having the buttons be how you change to each individual character. I think that that would have worked and it would have been fixed pretty simply. Now that leads me to the AI, and to be honest, this game is meant to be played with more than one person. The reason I say that is because the AI just feels kind of unnecessary and they don't ever do nothing. Besides those few minor setbacks, I am very pleased with what I see from Traveler's Tales and their upcoming future of LEGO games. They seem to have found a very good formula that seems to pretty much work in their favor for the future. The overall LEGO Marvel Superheroes does the source material justice. It feels amazing to actually have all of these characters in one place and you're able just to have a open world and go around freely doing whatever you want. In Lego Marvel Superheroes, it does a phenomenal job. Sure, it has its flaws, some kinks here and there, but every game does. So with all of that being said, I'm gonna give Lego Marvel Superheroes an 88% out of 100. This is a game that will take up a number of hours. You will just lose yourself trying to find things in the world. And this is a game that everybody that should experience. Lego fan, Marvel fan, everybody should experience this game. For more in-depth look at this and many more reviews, make sure to check out geekedoutnation.com. Written by fans, for fans.